Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is so very special. We are finally gonna try the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Tones of Turd or Grounded palette. I have the grounded version with me. This is just me. The packaging, the theming, it cracked me up, but I felt like on a long run, I would definitely love this more. It's exactly the same color story inside both of these palettes. It's just the color names are a little different. This is more like grounded, more earthy, and the other ones are all the names of different versions of Turd, okay? So if that is you, I mean, it just cracks me up every single time. I would not judge you. Just go and buy it. I really love the color story. You would see me use this palette. You will see swatches. Actually, talking about the swatches, let me show you the swatches of this palette because it is so dimensional, so sparkly. These are just some amazing, beautiful earthy tone shades. It has 4 multichromes, 1 intense metallic shimmer, 10 pigmented smooth mattes. I love the variety of shadows that are there in this palette. I feel like the inclusion of the shimmers were absolute geniusness. I really love this, okay? I really love this. I cannot wait for you guys to see both the looks that I created using this palette. So if you're ready, let's begin. Before we move on to both the looks, I want to show you the shimmer swatch live just so that you can see all the shifts in dimension. Of course, all the mattes are extremely pigmented, but let me show you the shimmers. The first one is called Whole. The second one is called Balance. It's such a glowy, like a greeny yellow shade. It's so pretty. This whole shade is so sparkly. Look at that. How beautiful and glam that is. And the next shade, this is such a beautiful glowy green to a yellow shifting shade. You see yellow, I see such a, oh, you can see the green. Such a striking green. Such a beautiful multichrome. At a sharp angle, you can definitely see like a blue or a purple coming through too. Really beautiful. And they both are very smooth shimmers. Let's move on to the next two shades. The next shade is called Solid, and this looks like a green, but it has a strong pink flash to it. Really beautiful, especially with those burgundies and the browns. The pink would definitely pop in. And this shade is such a smooth multichrome. It's the shade called Calm, which has like a beautiful, like a navy base to it. Let me show you. I see such a beautiful green to a gold flash or a shift going on, but it has a strong pink. Yeah, you can see that pink. Such a beautiful multichrome. Okay, next we have the deeper multichrome shade. This one's the shade Calm. You can see that. So pretty, and you can see that deeper base coming through. It's not a black base, it's definitely more of a blue, like a navy base. Hopefully you can see that. Very pretty. And then last, certainly not the least, we have the shade Secure. It's more of a marbled shade. It has blue, green, gold all running throughout it. So let me swatch it. Based on how your marble is, it's gonna definitely be different in everybody's palette. I definitely see like a gray based blue. Do you see green? Hopefully you can see that blue coming through. Very pretty. And those are the 5 shimmery shades of this palette. Extremely beautiful. Now once you've seen all the live swatches too, now let's move on to the 2 looks that I created using this palette. Okay, let's begin our first look using the Tones of Turd or Grounded palette. Let's begin. I am gonna start off with this shade Aligned, this one. And let's take that in the outer corners. When I did swatch this palette, it definitely seems a lot more pigmented than their usual mattes. And even the shimmers, I feel like these shimmers are not toppery, it's more opaque. So do keep that in mind. Not saying that it is it's a bad formula or it's not workable or anything. You'll definitely see me apply this on my eyes today, and I'll definitely give you my honest opinion. But the difference that I saw was definitely this was much more pigmented as compared to the recently Barely Basic or Timeless Tones or Pretty Natural palette. And this palette does have 10 beautiful buildable opaque mattes and 5 beautiful shimmers, out of which 4 of them are multichrome and 1 is like extremely shimmery shade, this one, which is whole. Okay, now let's start off with this shade Present, this one, and I'm gonna take that as a blending shade to blend that deeper brown shade. And I'm using the Glaminatrix brushes too. I really love these brushes. If you have hooded eyes or like smaller set eyes, I feel like this brush set is absolutely amazing. So you can see that this is mainly like a greenish brown shade, I would say. This, oh my gosh, when this was revealed as a poop palette, I was like, oh my gosh, how funny. And they did give me an option. Obviously, this was sent to me in PR, and they did give me an option of selecting which palette. I did choose the Grounded palette just because this is more me. But I love the take of like the funny names and stuff like that in the other palette too. I really do love that. But I was like, in a long run, when I have to have that palette, this is more me. Let's take this shade, Trust. And I'm gonna take that mainly as the crease shade. It's more like orangey yellow. Obviously, I'm doing one look right now, but I'll definitely do a second look for you guys. So once we have that, I'm gonna take this shade, Clarity, and just blend the edges. This is my skin tone shade. I love a good my skin tone shade in a palette just to melt everything together. I feel like it's super handy, especially for me, just to blend everything out. Now for the lower lash line, I'm gonna take this shade, Grounded, the burgundy shade, and I'm gonna take that in the lower lash line. Such a beautiful burgundy shade. Okay, I'm gonna just melt everything out with, let's do this, and just blend everything. I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade, Reflect. It's more like a blackened brown shade, and that can just deepen out any eye look. And I feel like, especially for this theme of palette, I love that they did not go with a black and they went with like a blackened brown shade. It definitely serves the purpose of the palette too. I really love it. Going back into the shade Present and just melting the edges. Really love the tones. Really love the tones. Okay, now let's move on to the shimmers. I know that you're waiting for that, and I'm so waiting actually to try this shade, the Calm shade, out. I also want to do this shade just to give it more like glam look. Let's start off with the Calm shade, and I do not have any kind of glitter glue on the eyelid. I'm just applying it on my bare eyelid. That's such a gorgeous shade. It is like a rusty maroony shade, but it has like a beautiful navy base to it. It's unlike anything that I have in my collection. And I do have a lot of special shades, but this is truly very, especially this shade all across the eyelid. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of creators who will do that shade all across the eyelid because it's so pretty. For a smoky eye, this is going to be absolutely amazing. By the way, this palette's pan size is definitely much more larger than their newer palettes, which is more smaller size. This is like their traditional 22 millimeters pan. So do keep that in mind. I am going to take this shade now, Whole, and I'm going to take that. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? Wow. That is so pretty. So pretty. Oh gosh, this is beautiful. That's beautiful. It's so sparkly, but it's not like textured the way it is like in like the Minka palette and stuff like that. It's definitely much more smoother. Oh, I love that shade. It's such a beautiful glam shade. Very, very pretty. There you go. Let me finish off this eye with some liner and mascara and I'll come right back. And there you go. That's my final look. I really, really love the way how beautiful and glam the eye turned out to be. It's definitely so shifty and so dimensional. I really, really love the way how this turned out. For my face, I did have this Glaminatrix liquid blush. You know how much I love this, in the shade Warm. That's what I'm wearing right now. And for my lips also, I have used the Glaminatrix lipstick in the shade Modest. But I did lip line it with my Maybelline Lift Liner in the shade Cross the Line. So that's how the entire look has come out with. And you already saw me use all the Glaminatrix brushes too for this eye look. So pretty. You know what it reminds me of? This palette actually does remind me of an updated version of the Anastasia Subculture palette. So let me show you that. I feel like if you missed out on this palette, and this, I've said it a lot of times on my channel, I feel like Subculture was like a before the time palette. This palette, even now, it's gonna be so beautiful. Obviously this is expired now, it's such an old palette, but I just wanted to show you right next to each other how these palettes look against each other. I feel like this is definitely a little bit more expanded version and like a current version of the older palettes. Obviously Subculture did not have like the duochromes and multichromes, and this is more today. I really love this palette. Now let's move on to the next eye look. Okay, let's begin our second look with the Grounded palette. And definitely we need to use some of the greens, so we are definitely going to do that. I am going to start off with this shade, Patience, the deeper green. I'm going to start off with the outer corner. And I'm going to take it down till about half of the crease. It's a deep, muted green. I won't call it like a forest green, maybe like a in-between emerald and army green. Okay, so once we have that, I'm also going to take that same shade on the outer corner of the lower lash line, just to tie in everything together. And then I'm going to take this shade Steady. I'm going to start melting that towards the outer portion of the eyelid. I do have a little bit of fallout, but that's fine. This is definitely a green with a hint of yellow in it. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to take that same shade on the lower lash line too. Now just to deepen out the outer corner a tad bit more, I'm going to dip into this Reflect shade. Just a tad bit, and I'm going to just place it down, tap it in the outer corner. Nothing much, I just want a little bit, a hint of depth there. Okay, now for the inner portion of the crease, I am going to take this shade Anchored. Yeah, on my eyelid, this Anchor shade is pretty much doing the same thing as Trust. And I'm going to take a little bit of this white, the Still shade, just in the inner corner, just to brighten everything out. I'm also going to take that same shade a little bit underneath the brow bone. So with that, I think we've used all the mattes in the palette. So that's a beautiful yellowy green base. Now let's move on to the shimmers. Let's start with the shade Secure. It definitely has that blue to a green shift going on. I'm going to place that right there, and I'm going to melt it down with that deeper green. Again, no glitter glue, nothing. Just placing it straight on my eyelid. And then let's dip into this shade, which is Solid, this one. It has a green but to a pink flash. Oh, you can see that. So striking. I'm going to melt it down with that blue-green shade. Okay, just like that. For the inner corner, I know we did that white, but let's do the last shade that is left over in this palette. And this is definitely a crumbly shade. The shade is called Balanced. I'm going to just spray my brush, just so that I don't get like much fallout. I'm going to just take that right there in the inner corner. Yeah, that's a super glowy yellow to a green shifting shade. I can definitely see on my inner corner. Okay, just like that. Okay, let me finish off this eye with some liner and mascara. And there you go, that's my second eye look. I really love the way how this turned out. It's definitely a very unusual look. It is like a blue, purple, pink kind of look. I really love the green background that is coming through. Those tones are so pretty. I feel like these tones would complement a lot of skin tones, so which is absolutely amazing job. I also am very happy to report, like, all the shades, like, you have the variety of depth. From like a very light shade to a very deep shade that almost borderline like a black shade, but all the shades selection in this, especially when you think about the theme that they were going for, it's an absolutely amazing palette. I really love the quality of this palette too. It's definitely different from their, as I said, like the timeless tones, barely basic, because they're not like toppery shimmers or lightly pressed mattes. These are like opaque mattes. So do keep that in mind. I really love the quality of Glaminatrix. That's not a question at all. I really love this. Now let's move on to the outro. Now, once you've seen both the eye looks, you guys have to let me know which one is your favorite. Do you like this look or do you like the green look from the Grounded palette? I love this palette so very much. I feel like this palette is so special, so dimensional. I am not even a green person, but when I saw this palette reveal, I knew I needed to have in this collection because this doesn't have those like tealy greens, and which I love. I love a good grounded, more like muted army green, which it is there. And there's a lot of like yellow leaning greens or brown leaning greens, which I love. I love this palette. I feel like the color story is so pretty. I really love this palette with my whole heart. I cannot wait to see what all I create. I'll definitely do this and use this even more in my 3 palettes 3 looks video. I love this. I love this with my whole heart. I really love it. I feel like the only shade that I would have not used here would be that white shade. And I do understand these shades are definitely much more deeper and opaque, so that white can help us to like lighten any look. But if that white was not there and if there was something else in this palette, I feel like even a sagey green would have been amazing, or a deeper blue, because this is more blue leaning and this also has a deeper blue base to it. I feel like that would also put this palette to a different direction. I really love this palette. You know how much I love Glaminatrix quality on the eyeshadow palettes. I really love it. I do have a code with Glaminatrix Cosmetics and my code is Smithy Sony. You can save 10% off on their website. It is an affiliated code, so do keep that in mind. I leave all the details and the links in the description box below for you guys. And if you're using my code, I thank you very much. This palette again retails for $64 and it is already available on their website. You can get the grounded version like me, or you can also get the Tones of Turd version also. Both of them exactly similar shades inside. It's just the shade names are a little different and the art cover is a little different. That's it. But that's all for today. If you did like my video, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.